Hello, viewers, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Adventures, first into Ace Attorney Chronicles. Last time, our wife appeared, here to save the day, come in clutch, really save our lives, and then we're both gonna forget that we ever met. 22nd of November, 1:14 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 2. Happy belated birthday, Samatoku.
Best girl.
Best girl, look at her in her best girl attire.
Well, I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense, but why is this sudden ingress into my courtroom? Ha! A judicial assistant. And a woman, no less? The rules state that females are not permitted into the court of law other than to testify.
Well, too bad that I'm the janitor, friggin' ouchie, and I can sit here and heckle you all I want.
Yeah, I fully understand. I ask only for 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence that I must hand over to the defense.
You're too late, little girl. This trial's already been concluded. 5 minutes. I will allow not a moment more. Oh, Your Excellency!
Cry about it, ouchie.
I am most grateful.
See, at least the benefit of our current setup is that you don't have to see the horrid expressions I have to make in order to do the Susato voice.
They're funny.
Capri, on the other hand, gets to watch me contort my face as the demon escapes me.
Got him!
Who exactly are you?
I'm sorry, there's no time. Please, simply accept this for now.
What is it? A report about something? Written in English? Ugh.
It's, Stacy Fake Names Research.
The English woman? The white lady?
After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical faculty and borrowed this paper.
Oh yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she?
So does this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case?
I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trial myself.
Oh, yeah, no, of course not. You were getting that. But
Special characteristics of Kyari?
Kurari or Kurari?
Kurari.
Or no, Kurare? Because it's
Kurare?
yeah.
Special characteristics of Kurare and its effects on human subjects. Interesting.
Kurari, what is that? I've never heard that word before.
Time's up. The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser from the courtroom.
How about you fucking female trespass ass out? I'm gonna kick it.
There was too little time for me to read it in detail. But I summarized what I could on a note just inside the cover.
Even though, in defense of Ouchie having a little bit of equality, he is also trying to get Brett out of the courtroom as quickly as possible, just for different reasons.
If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over it.
This is wonderful, thank you. Stacy Fake Names report has been entered into the court record.
Goodbye then, and good luck.
You have had long enough, Counsel. We cannot detain our English guest any longer.
Yeah, we can. This is a court of law.
I ask the prosecution and the defense now one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present the court? I presume not, but... The prosecution has made its case convincingly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency. Ryunosuke, we're out of options here. This really is our very last chance.
Yeah, I know. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence.
That look. The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior. Well, Miss Brett?
Yes, Your Excellency?
If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer.
It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not so very long until tea time. I'll have to...
Oh, forgive me, Miss Brett. It seems I wasn't clear. I realized it was phrased as a question. However, I must ask you to treat it as an order.
It's like, I'm just trying to be polite. I've said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense.
My apologies, dear lady. So,
Even the judge is like, God, I hate you.
so, Counsel, what is this new evidence that demands the court's attention? Let's examine, yeah. So it's poison made from the jungle, certain trees in the jungles of South Africa. Hunters of the region have used it since ancient times to incapacitate their prey. It instant paralysis of the entire body and subsequent death, even in minute doses. It only occurs when the poison enters through a wound, such that inflicted by a blowpipe dart. They are testing it as a anesthetic, but it kills people too consistently to work. Specifically, the respiratory arrest caused as a result of the full body paralysis must be... A solution for that problem must be found first, or the patients will die of suffocation. Horrendous poison.
Yes.
Miss Stacy Fake Name, we understand that you are studying under Dr. Wilson at Yume University, doing research. Research, by sheer coincidence perhaps, into a deadly poison.
What?
Got him.
Poison?
Whoa, I know, it's crazy that I would suggest that after...
Amazing.
yeah, amazing.
Where are you going with this, Counsel? A toxin known as curare, Your Excellency. Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death.
Objection!
What? What complete and utter nonsense. Curare, you say? I've never even heard of it. You wouldn't have. What do you mean? I mean, that you wouldn't have heard of curare before, for one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. It doesn't exist?
Will exist now. Correct, which means no matter what tests the police can do for toxins, they'd never identify curare. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison.
What? Order, order, order!
Rabble, rabble, rabble.
Counsel, does this deadly poison truly exist?
Considering she was writing a goddamn research paper on it.
According to this report authored by the visiting research student from England, curare has long been used by the tribespeople of South America as a poison to lace their arrows. It seems that it's reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists. To lace their arrows? The report states that it is produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle.
Hold on, can I say I love Ryunosuke's little animation of looking through the papers in the background.
Funny.
He's so funny.
He's so
He can't read.
Yeah, that is not a it's like just the way that his eyes aren't moving across pages.
Oh yeah.
And it was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. It claims that animals shot by arrows laced with curare suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum it up, Miss Brett?
Objection!
Trumpery. Those aspirations are utter trumpery.
Aspersions.
To start with, if the victim had been administered some of this so-called deadly poison, he would have been squirming and writhing in pain, and the other diners would have surely noticed. That's true. What do you say to that, Inspector? Obviously, I would have noticed at sermons like that.
I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being in any kind of pain. Perhaps it's because I've already read the summary of this report.
According to this, however, it's the other way round. What do you mean, the other way round? The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that curare was used. Explain yourself, counsel. The moment this toxin enters a person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, afflicted victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in total agony, there would be no visible signs of pain at all. How terrible! Obviously, if a man lost all strength in his muscles, he'd collapse on the floor. But with a chair under him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, those effects would go largely unnoticed.
But I don't follow, Kazuma. That's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death.
The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes immediate paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe it causes the muscles that control respiration to fail.
Respiration?
In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation.
Look at Ryunosuke's face.
He's so funny. And all the while, the victim is conscious and aware, just unable to move. That's hideous. Jesus Christ. To the observer, it would look almost like the victim was slipping peacefully into an endless sleep. For the victim himself, his final moments would be a living hell. That is the true nature of this deadly curare poison.
And that's why we were saying earlier that having to sit there and suffer through that fucking burn would be absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
That would be the longest 3 seconds of your goddamn life.
Mm-hmm. And you're suggesting that this bottle, Council, actually contains this terrifying poison?
Objection!
This is all very convenient, isn't it? An hitherto unknown poison for which there is no means of testing. What a happy tale for the defense.
Ahem. If I may?
All these facts you think are so...
Could you please shut the hell up? It is you who must be taught.
Of course. Dear lady...
So, this is how you Japanese behave, is it? You steal another's honest artwork and then announce the results as if you discovered them. The fuck? We said it was your report. That's why we're implicating you.
Mhm.
She's absolutely insane. I'm appalled. What a loathsome act.
Well, Miss Brett, the feeling is mutual.
Whatever do you mean?
Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame us for a heinous crime. That really is a loathsome act. Wouldn't you agree?
Objection!
Enough of this. I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the Great Empire of Japan is breaking the rules.
Oi?
Bitch. I hate him.
What's so funny? Excusez-moi. Your Excellency.
Yes, Miss Brett?
May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please? I'm sorry, my blood pressure is about to skyrocket.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't see why not. This couldn't possibly go wrong. Oh no, she doesn't do it immediately.
Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant little island boys.
Sorry?
To an English woman such as myself, this whole affair is a farcical comedy. Your little police games and these foolish court romantics, it's laughable, really. But I am getting bored of it all now. It's time for the games to end. Salute! Bon appetit! Holy shit, what are you doing? Only. Not just because of any factor other than she's fucking evil. His poison dies. No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for this shabby affair. It's okay, because carbonated water is disgusting. Goodness. Whatever is the matter? You all look quite stunned. She's paying attention. That's why she's fucking boasting.
So, no curare? The bottle was clean. Is that what you're saying?
You look quite incredulous, little boy. But of course, that's the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in this grand venue. Most kind.
Ugh.
Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency.
Yes, Miss Brett?
I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries.
Yes, dear lady. We are most gratified with all the assistance you have given.
No, we are not.
This doesn't make sense. There had to have been poison in that bottle. So how? How did she swallow a whole glass and live to tell the tale?
Are they dumb as balls?
I don't understand.
Well, I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade will make for interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London. There has to have been poison in that bottle, doesn't there? But there can't have been, because otherwise she would have keeled over. Think, Ryunosuke, think. We have all the clues now. The bottle of water still contains poison. Because I read the report.
Mm-hmm.
The culprit did put curare poison into Dr. Wilson's carbonated water. The defense refuses to change its position.
You're serious?
Objection!
Fool, are you blind?
Are you?
There is no possible way that bottle could contain poison. I mean, we just saw.
Miss Fake Name drinking the water from it? That's right, which rather complicates your argument, I think. And I believe that complication can be explained.
How exactly?
I need to think through all the things that don't quite add up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer is in the evidence we have in the court record somewhere. It has to be.
Very well. If the defense truly intends to assert this claim,
Which I do.
then I must ask you to support the assertion with evidence. What explains how the witness was able to consume the supposedly poisoned water unscathed? It's the report, but we're gonna save anyway.
Yes!
The answer to this riddle is right here in Miss Brett's own research report.
Objection!
That is not a valid explanation.
What?
After all, we don't speak English. That report is utter gibberish.
You're utter gibberish.
This impudent young scoundrel is trying to ridicule the court, Your Excellency.
I'm only here to ridicule you, Ouchie. Alright, you should know at least some English by now.
No, also, they're sitting there like, excuse you, our beautiful wife knows English, so suck a dick. No, that's too good for you right now.
I'm not trying to ridicule anyone, honest. I'm just reading the notes my beautiful wife left me.
I concur. This report is too extensive to be considered in its entirety by the court. You will direct us to the pertinent section, counsel. Which section of the report reveals the alleged answer to this riddle?
I'm pretty sure it's special characteristics.
Yeah, let's just check in. Yes, it is special characteristics. And the root of entry.
We've been hearing a lot about this curare poison. And it's left me curious about one thing.
Oh, counsel?
Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years to lace the heads of the arrows that they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting.
So we've been led to believe, yes.
And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat.
Get to the point, please.
Use some critical thinking for absolutely 30 seconds, Ouchie, I hate you. But if they were to use these laced arrows, doesn't that mean that there would be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat?
Yes, that's a good point.
So, surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they'd be eating poison.
Good gracious, Council. No, that would be madness.
But I actually found the answer to that conundrum in this research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound.
Through a wound, you say? I see. That makes sense.
Yes. The mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me, though. But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. When curare enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poisonous effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effects whatsoever.
What?
Got him! Miss Fake Name! You authored this research. You knew curare's special characteristics. And you knew that you could make a spectacle of drinking that water without any danger to yourself. Cool. Meddling, little. Rapscallion! A rapscallion? Please, it's a green onion with a mixtape.
Well, Ryunosuke, it turns out you're an even better
Alright,
lawyer than I
in
thought
this
you'd
day and
be.
age is a SoundCloud.
Y'all, Kazuma's getting horny. Show some respect.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Look at that man.
Yeah, he's ready. He's like, Ryunosuke, put a baby in me. I know that's not how it works, but do it.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Me? A lawyer?
Objection!
All of this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure. But I fail to see...
So, the ill-bred little puppy has a new toy to play with. Some facts he read in a book. But I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly. What are you on about? What are you on about? I'm just cross-examining the witness. Your schoolboyish logic has a fatal flaw. Schoolboyish?
Flaw?
I'm 23.
Flaw in me, Ryunosuke, mine?
In me, Ryunosuke Ma? Whoa.
You know that's how he'd respond.
As even your brain has managed to deduce, curare is safe to ingest. It seems likely that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of gastrus sucus. Yeah, I knew that. Gastric suckers, what the fuck?
This is also a cute animation for him.
So, if this lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he? Ryunosuke, stop.
That's right. Good gracious.
You know what I could go for right now? Makes me want a hot dog real bad. That's gonna be like the worst. When I hear that back, I'm gonna be like, who the fuck was I trying to do? Was that supposed to be Jennifer Coolidge? I should die. What was I gonna say? I'm in the mood for French fries yet again. Okay, alright, so I want everyone to know that Mickey has committed the crime of eating all of the French fries in our house, and now we're boned.
You said you didn't want them.
It might have been at the time.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I love French fries. What do you want from me? That's basic science. Science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand, no?
Order! Order! Order in the court!
Miss Fake Name, I'll have you know that I have barely passed all of my classes in my school career.
The logic holds. If the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way. Are you trying to suggest? Yes, this curare poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial.
Is that right? Surely even a little cockroach like you could understand something as simple as that. What is this welling up inside of me? I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense. Almost rage-like. It might actually just be rage.
Mm-hmm.
And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey!
Hey, rollers!
Fucking-jection. I don't think so, Miss Stacy Fake Name. How dare you use that tone with me? You know very well that there is no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead.
Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you. You must provide compelling evidence.
I've already provided the compelling evidence, you should remember.
As we now know that this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the curare? I hate it here. Your Honor, Your Excellency, whatever the fuck.
Take that!
I'm sorry, Your Excellency. Have you not been here for 6 months? As Miss Fake Name so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners.
A fatal difference?
The toxic effects of curare are only felt when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So, for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water?
Inside?
Yeah, where else would it be, Ouchie, you stupid idiot? Yeah, like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example.
Oh, I was born yesterday.
Miss Fake Name, you've acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. Got him.
So that's it. You use that knowledge to orchestrate this.
Oh my fucking god, what is she doing? Why is she laughing? I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are also puerile. What does that even mean? Don't worry, little schoolboy, you'll soon find out.
This is the blood pressure.
My blood pressure is about to skyrocket. Actually, hold on. Is that we can probably end this and have our blood pressure skyrocket in the next session.
Woo woo, fun, love.
Woohoo! everyone. This is Utsu. Thanks for watching our video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also share this wherever. I don't care if you have a follower on Twitter or if you share it on Tumblr. Sharing just means that we get more views. We hope that you enjoy the featured art here. If you would like to get your art featured on our channel at the end of our videos, please check our description for contact information. Please tune in next time. Thank you.